Greetings, yogis. I hope that this recording finds you well. My name is Katie, and I am one of the yoga instructors with the JCC. And today we have a 30-minute heart-opening Vinyasa flow. So it's not going to be a super intensive practice, but it's also not really a gentle flow either. Although you can take it at whatever pace you would like. This is your 30 minutes, so if you want to slow it down, take a resting pose at any point, please feel free to do so. Also the option to go a little more intense if you would like as well. So to assist you with your practice today, one block or maybe a book that's about the size of a block if you don't have a yoga block. And I did create a playlist for this class. You can click on the Spotify link that should be posted on the JCC's Facebook page. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to start on our backs in a fish pose. So this is why you're going to need the block. So if you don't have a block, then you're just going to find your back and just walk your shoulders underneath to get that heart opening, chest opening sensation. So making your way to your mats. So if you do have that block, you're just going to place it so you can, so the bottom part of it, you can have it the long way. So where the bottom part of it is kind of in the middle of the back, the top part is where your neck cervical spine ends and that thoracic spine begins. So kind of right where your shoulders are. And then you just lay down on the block. So you're gonna kind of feel your head's gonna be below. So it might feel a little strange, but that's gonna give you that heart opening sensation. You also have the option to bring the soles of the feet to touch. Maybe you want to extend the legs long. So just landing here on your mat. And if this block doesn't feel comfortable, because we are going to be here for a few breaths, please feel free to remove the block. Just walk the shoulders underneath the body. Take a nice inhale in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, side out. Doing that 2 more times, inhaling in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, side out. 1 more time. So from here, starting at the crown of your head and just making your way down your body, notice if there's any place where you're holding any tension. Maybe you don't even realize it. So you can soften that space between your eyes, soften your jaw. Let your shoulders melt even more down your back. So get that opening from the block. Feel the belly rise. Maybe the hips feel a little clenched. You can wiggle the toes. Take 1 more nice breath here. Excellent. So from here, you're just going to remove that block. You're going to make your way up to that tabletop position. So for that tabletop, you are stacking those shoulders over your wrists. You want to keep them in line, and then hips over the knees. You have that nice long neutral spine. So finding some cat-cows here to wake up the spine. You can have the balls of your feet, or you can press the tops of your feet into the mat. I like to feel a little more grounded on the balls of my feet. So that you're going to inhale, lower the belly, gazing forward, cow pose. As you exhale, push that mat away, doming sensation in the shoulders, navel to spine, tailbones tucked for that cat. So inhale, lowering the belly. So going at your pace, taking any additional movement that would feel good. Maybe you want to rock the hips side to side. Take 2 more cycles of breath. Excellent. So from here, since this is a heart opening practice, you're going to extend that left leg towards the back of the room. Still have that nice neutral spine. And then from here, you're going to start to bend that left knee just towards that left glute. Then from here, that right arm reaches forward. And if you'd like, you start to reach it behind you. Find that left foot. If you are there, you start to kick into that right hand. You get that shoulder heart opening sensation in that right shoulder. One more breath. Excellent. Releasing down the way you came in. Back to that tabletop. Take that cat-cow here in between sides. Coming to that opposite side, this time that right leg extends back. Toes down, down, ankle flexed. Hips in line, shining down like headlights on the mat. That left arm extends forward. You're gonna bend that right knee towards that glute. Start to reach that left hand around. Find that right foot. This time get that nice heart opening sensation in that left shoulder. One more breath. So releasing down. Back to that tabletop. Take one more cat-cow here. Excellent. From here, you're glancing down at all 10 fingers, making sure that you have weight distributed, and also kind of like you're clawing down. Right, so that protects the wrists. And then from here, hips come up and back, downward facing dog. Bending the knees as much as you need to start. Tailbone heavy towards that back ceiling. You're pushing that mat away, shoulders away from the ears. Gazing between those feet. Maybe up towards your navel. You're gonna inhale. Start to slowly straighten those legs. Take a nice inhale, come up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, release those heels down. One more time, inhale, rising. Exhale, releasing down. From here, shifting forward, plank pose, shoulders stacked over the wrists. Nice neutral spine, tailbone is tucked, legs nice and strong. We are here for 5 breaths. You always have the option to lower to those knees right away if you'd like. So that doming sensation in the shoulders, pushing the mat away. You have 3 more breaths. One more nice breath. From here, lower down to those knees, and make sure you have those shoulders stacked over those wrists. You're going to lower down nice slowly with control for a count of 5. So you're exhaling 4, 3, elbows graze the ribs, 2, down to the mat. Excellent. So plant the hands underneath the shoulders, bend the knees, windshield wiper those legs side to side. If you want to place that left ear or that right ear on the mat. We'll take 2 more breaths. Excellent. From here, cobra pose. Hands planted underneath the shoulders. As you inhale, chin is tucked, tops of the feet push into the mat. Exhale, releasing down 2 more times on your breath. On that last breath, lay on those fingertips, heart comes forward. Excellent. From here, hips come up and back, downward facing dog. Take a nice inhale in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. From here, gazing forward, walking your feet to meet your hands in the middle of the mat for a ragdoll pose. So for that ragdoll, bending those knees as much as you need to relax the belly on the thighs. Head hangs heavy. You can let those fingertips dangle. So you're relaxing the belly on the thighs to get that nice release in the lower back. Maybe you want to clasp your elbows. Find that bind behind the neck. You have 2 more breaths. One more nice breath. And releasing any bend, you're going to slowly start to rise up, head and neck heavy, the last to rise. Coming up to that mountain pose Tadasana. So for Tadasana, you can bring those big toes to touch or about hips distance apart. So you're lifting up through the arches of your feet. As you inhale, energetic body of your front roots you up. As you exhale, rooting down the back of your energetic body. Take one more breath here. Excellent. As you inhale, reaching up, looking up, upward salute. As you exhale, find that forward fold, hinging from the hips, Uttanasana. Halfway lift as you inhale, folding as you exhale. Planting those hands back to plank pose. We're just here for one breath. Lowering down to those knees as you exhale, lower down, baby chaturanga. Inhaling up to that cobra pose. As you exhale, hips come up and back. Downward facing dog. From here, gazing forward, step, walk, or float up to the top of your mat. Halfway lift as you inhale, folding as you exhale. Then as you inhale, root to rise, reverse swan dive up towards the ceiling, hips come forward, thumbs cross. As you exhale, find that forward fold, Uttanasana. Halfway lift as you inhale, folding as you exhale. Planting your hands back to plank pose. One breath here. For this Vinyasa, you're going to shift forward. If you want to go for that full chaturanga, always the option to stay with that half, but as you exhale, lower down to that 90-degree angle. Inhale that heart up and through, upward facing dog. Back to that downward facing dog. From here, you're going to bring the big toes to touch. As you inhale, you're going to sweep that right leg up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, shoulder stack over the wrist, right into the nose. Plant that right foot between your hands, root that left foot down at a 45-degree angle, setting yourself up for that warrior one foundation. Once you are there, hands to the hips, actively bringing that right hip back, left hip forward. You might notice that your stance is too wide, so if you need to shorten that stance up, feel free to do so. Once you have that solid foundation, you're going to inhale, arms extend up towards the ceiling, warrior one. So checking in here, is that right knee tracking towards that right pinky toe? Are you rooting down through the outside of that left foot, shoulders relaxed? Arms are energetic. One more breath here. From here, right hand forward, left arm extends back, left foot parallel, short edge of the mat, warrior two. Is that head stacked over your heart, stacked over the pelvis. You don't want to shift forward. So take one more breath here in that warrior two. I'm just going to flip my view. So one more breath. Excellent. From here, that left hand extends down that left thigh as that right arm extends up towards the ceiling, reverse warrior. So you're lifting up from those right hips. One more breath. Back to that warrior two. Make sure that right knee's towards that right pinky toe. From here, you're going to shift forward. That right forearm comes to that right thigh. Left arm sweeps up towards the ceiling, side angle. Find a little smile. One more breath. And that left hand sweeps towards that right side of the room. So you have that nice long line of energy from here. Left hand reaches back towards that right hip crease. So you're starting to get that heart opening sensation with that left shoulder rotating. So maybe you want to go for the full bind here. If so, take that right hand under that right thigh. Find that left hand. It's a nice little bind here. One more breath. Excellent. You're going to unwind, plant that right hand down, plant that left hand down, lower that left knee, walk that right foot off the mat. So you have the right toes pointing off the mat, right heel on the mat, finding a lizard pose here to start. So you're just lowering down to those forearms to start or to a block. So you get that nice external rotation in the right hip as you lengthen that left hip flexor. So 2 more breaths here in this nice lizard pose. So start to walk your hands back up towards you. If you want to take a little bit of a twist, plant that left hand down underneath the sternum, take that right hand to that right thigh, push it away so you're getting that nice shoulder opening sensation in that right side. One more breath. Excellent. From here, planting both hands down, you're coming to the ball of that left foot. Right foot steps back, downward facing dog, taking that vinyasa flow here, or you can just hang out in that downward facing dog. So from here, we're going to meet back in that downward facing dog. We're moving to that left side of the body. So big toes to touch. As you inhale, that left leg extends up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, left knee to the nose, shoulder stack over the wrists. Plant that left foot between your hands, right foot roots down at that 45-degree angle. Hands come to the hips, warrior one. So you're gonna notice that left hip is forward, so you wanna bring that left hip back, right hip forward. Maybe you need to shorten your stance. From here, arms extend up towards the ceiling, warrior one. So tailbone is tucked. You have that nice 90-degree angle in that front leg, rooting down on the outside of that right foot. So take one more breath. From here, that left arm extends forward, right arm extends back, right foot parallel, short edge of the mat, warrior two. So you're gazing over that left middle finger, head over heart over the pelvis, no shifting forward. See if you can sink a little bit deeper. One more breath. Excellent. From here, right hand down that right leg, left arm reaches up. You're lifting up from that left hip. Reverse warrior. One more breath. Excellent. Back to that warrior two. Left forearm comes to that left thigh. As you inhale, right arm extends up towards the ceiling. Side angle pose. One more nice breath here. From here, right arm sweeps to that left side of the room. You can start to take that right hand to that left hip crease. Start to reach that left hand so you get that nice opening through that right side. Left hand can reach under and through for the bind if that's accessible for you. So long as you can still keep that right shoulder rotating up towards the ceiling. Take one more breath. Excellent, release that bind. You're going to plant both hands down, lower that right knee down. This time that left foot walks off the mat. So left heel on the mat, left toes off, finding that lizard pose, left side. So coming down to those forearms to start. So just staying here for a few breaths. So take one more nice breath in that lizard pose. And from here, finding that twist. So you're planting that right hand down underneath the sternum. Take that left hand, just gently push that left thigh away. So you're gazing over that left shoulder. One more breath. Excellent. So from here, plant both hands down. Come to the ball of that right foot. Left foot steps back to meet the right. Downward facing dog. And then from here, you're going to take that Vinyasa flow. So meeting in that downward facing dog. From here, gazing forward, you're going to step walk or float up to the top of your mat. Inhale, take that halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And as you inhale, root to rise, reverse swan dive up towards the ceiling, hips come forward, thumbs cross. Exhale your hands to heart center, Samasthiti, mountain pose. So from here, we're going to take a nice balancing sequence. We're going to find a dancer pose. So it's another heart opening pose, although you necessarily wouldn't think that. So we're going to start by balancing on the right standing leg, because I'm cueing the opposite. So you're going to start on that right standing leg. You're bending that left knee, holding out that left hand like you're waiting for some change. So you're going to take that left hand to the inside of that left foot. So from here, you want to ensure that those two knees are in one line. If the left knee is kind of out and about, then that is your full expression of the pose for today. So ensuring that you have those two knees in one line. If you do, then from here, right arm extends up towards the ceiling. So you have equal opposite motion here. So you're hinging forward from the hips. That right hand is pulling you forward as that left foot is kicking into that left hand. So you're getting that heart opening sensation in that left shoulder. So that left foot's pulling you back as you kick into that right hand's pulling you forward. Gazing at some spot that's not moving. Take one more breath. And making your way out the same way you came into it. Excellent, hands to heart center. Take one breath here in between sides. Excellent, so moving on to that left side, shifting the weight into that left standing leg, you're gonna bend that right knee, and this side might feel completely different, right? So if you had the two knees in one line before, maybe you didn't, but now they are, you can move on to that next expression of the pose. So you are bending that right knee, holding out that right hand for change. If you find the inside of that right foot, you're gonna extend that left arm up towards the ceiling. Start to hinge forward from the hips. That right hand is holding that right foot as it kicks into it, as that left arm pulls you forward. So equal opposite force here. One more breath. Making your way out the way you came in. Excellent. Making your way back to that mountain pose, hands at heart center, Samastitihi. Excellent. So from here, you can inhale, arms extend up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, find that forward fold. Halfway lift as you inhale, folding as you exhale. So planting your hands, stepping back to plank pose. Last plank pose of the class, one breath. Then from here, take that vinyasa flow. Maybe you want to go down to the knees. Maybe you're taking that full vinyasa. So we're meeting back in that downward facing dog. From here, bring those big toes to touch. Inhale, that right leg rises. Exhale, right knee to that right wrist crease. Right shin plants down, half pigeon pose. So you want to flex that right foot to protect that knee. Glance behind you. Make sure that that left hip is in line with that left knee, left ankle. So from here, find that nice tall spine. And then as you exhale, hinge forward, coming down to a block, maybe the forearms. We're going to take 4 breaths here. So that right hip's going to be moving forward. So you want to consciously try to bring that right hip back, left hip forward. So 2 more breaths. Excellent. From here, walk both hands back up towards that right shin. And then from here, you can just come to the ball of that left foot. Right foot steps back, downward facing dog. Big toes to touch. As you inhale, that left leg rises. Exhale, left knee to that left wrist crease. Plant that left shin down. Half pigeon pose, left side. So this side might feel completely different. So just glance behind you. Make sure you have all those joints in line. Bringing that left hip back, right hip forward. Nice tall spine as you inhale, then folding forward over that left shin. You can relax the head. So 3 more nice breaths. So from here, you're going to walk your hands up to your shin. Then just shift all the weight onto that left leg. You're going to bring that right leg around to a nice, comfortable, easy seat. And then sealing our practice today with 2 breaths. So you can inhale, extend your arms up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, your hands to heart center. Inhaling and exhaling. So you can tuck your chin towards your chest and just take a moment to thank your body for carrying you through your practice. To be able to move really is a gift. I wanted to thank you for taking some time out of your day to spend it with us here at the JCC. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the week and that you are feeling well, and hope to see you soon. Namaste.